The Rohingya people are a stateless Indo-Aryan ethnic group who predominantly follow Islam and reside in Rakhine State, Myanmar, previously known as Burma. Before the Rohingya genocide in 2017, when over 0.74 million fled to Bangladesh and an estimated 1.4 million Rohingya lived in Myanmar. Described by journalists and news outlets as one of the most persecuted minorities in the world, the Rohingya are denied citizenship under the 1982 Myanmar nationality law. There are also restrictions on their freedom of movement, access to state education, and civil service jobs. The legal conditions faced by the Rohingya in Myanmar have been compared to apartheid in South Africa. The Rohingya people have been described as one of the world's least wanted minorities and some of the world's most persecuted people. In February 1992, Myanmar's Ministry of Foreign Affairs stated in a press release, in actual fact, although there are 135 national races in Myanmar, today the so-called Rohingya people is not one of them. Historically, there has never been a Rohingya race in Myanmar. The Rohingya have also lost a lot of arable land which has been confiscated by the military and given to the Buddhist settlers who have moved there from elsewhere in Myanmar. One such violation was committed when the military forced Rohingya in Rakhine to move Bangladesh. The most recent mass displacement of Rohingya in 2017 led the International Criminal Court investigating crime against humanity and led the International Court of Justice investigating genocide. Their language is Rohingya, majority Islam, minority Hinduism. The Rohingya maintain they are indigenous to Western Myanmar with a heritage of over a million, influence from the Arabs, Mughals and Portuguese. The community claims it is descended from people in pre-colonial Arakan and colonial Arakan. Historically, the region was an independent kingdom between Southeast Asia and the Indian subcontinent. The Myanmar government considers the Rohingya as British colonial and pre-colonial migrants from neighboring Chittagong, East Bengal, respectively Bangladesh. It adds that a distinct pre-colonial Muslim population is recognized as Kaman. Myanmar's government doesn't recognize the term Rohingya and prefers to refer to the community as Bengali. Rohingya campaign groups and human rights organizations demand the right to self-determination within Myanmar. Various armed insurrections by the Rohingya have taken place since the 1940s, and the population as a whole has faced military crackdown in 1978, 1991, 1992, 2012, 2015, and particularly in 2016 to 18, when most of the Rohingya population of Myanmar was driven out of the country into neighboring Bangladesh. By December 2017, an estimated 0.6 to 5 million refugees from Rakhine, Myanmar had crossed the border into Bangladesh since August 2017. UN officials and Human Rights Watch have described Myanmar's persecution of the Rohingya as ethnic cleansing. Probes by the UN have found evidence of investigating incitement of hatred and religious intolerance by ultra-nationalist Buddhists against Rohingya, while the Myanmar security forces have been conducting summary executions and forced disappearances, arbitrary arrest and detention, tolerance and ill treatment and forced labor against the Rohingya. Since 2015, over 900,000 Rohingya refugees have fled to southeastern Bangladesh alone and moved to other surrounding countries and major Muslim nations. More than 100,000 Rohingya in Myanmar are confined in camps for internally displaced persons. Shortly before a Rohingya rebel attack that killed 12 security forces on 25th August 2017, the Myanmar military launched clearance operations against the Rohingya Muslims in Rakhine State that left many dead and many more injured, tortured or raped, with villages burned. The government of Myanmar has denied the allegations. According to Amnesty International, the Rohingya have been subjected to human rights violations by Burma's military dictatorship since 1978, and many of them have fled to neighboring Bangladesh. As a result, thousands of Rohingya also fled to Thailand. There have been charges that Rohingyas were shipped and towed out to the open sea from Thailand. A group of refugees who have rescued by the Indonesian authorities stated that they have been captured and beaten by the Thai military and then abandoned at the sea. Nearly 1 million Rohingya refugees in Bangladesh live in camps in Cox's Bazar and on the island of Bhasan Char, relying entirely on humanitarian aid. The influx of refugees adds immense pressure on host communities and environment in a densely populated country at risk of extreme weather events. Refugees and host communities need urgent solutions to improve food production and access. UNICEF and humanitarian partners have scaled up and expanded basic services including water, sanitation, healthcare, education, nutrition, protection and communication. Thanks to the generous support of local Bangladesh communities and multinational aid effort led by the government of Bangladesh, the dire threat of a further humanitarian crisis was averted. Please subscribe for more videos. Click the bell icon for updates. Like, comment and share our Facebook pages. Russell Ahmed, Royal Media, Bangladesh.